And welcome back to Small Town Horrors, where I torture these women over the internet. Emotionally.
Okay.
It's the truth. We might as well be upfront about it. So, jumping right in, last time we were here, Wim was recovering in the hospital while the two of you, MJ and Amy, had a task at hand. You needed to investigate something that was going on. It started with a car crash outside of MJ's home. You found out that most of the car crashes happening around the city were due to electric cars and cars that essentially had some form of electric help to the driver, whether it was the power steering or the self-driving cars. And then further down the line, you also realized that it affected most of electricity, disrupting it in some manner or the other, barring cell phone signals and other sorts of gadgets that run on electricity and power. So you were sent to investigate the old electric power plant of the city, the one place where the power is being generated around Lakewood. At first, everything seemed pretty normal. There didn't seem to be much that should have drawn any kind of attention. However, a keen-eyed observation revealed that somewhere behind one of those electrical grids was an odd pulsating blue and black ooze that you couldn't tell what it was for. Further investigation had, whether by delusion or by actual reality, flung you into a grim and darker reality in the future where you have failed to stop the problem and essentially entered in a dystopian post-apocalyptic world. And what would have happened if you three, including Zero, were no longer around? In there you had met a much more elderly version of your new handler. Some of your friends, albeit 40 or so years older, and even an elderly Wim who had managed to survive that long, missing an arm and carrying a shotgun. In the end, you managed to find a way to go back at the risk and with the hopes that you could prevent such a future from happening. So, we pick up this scene in the base actually, with Wim on board, who has been, I will say, generously driven to the base by MJ, given her condition, and the medication still does not allow you for operating heavy machinery. However, you are well enough to at least meet your new handler, who, if I recall, you have yet to meet. And the reason for her being here, as you were told, is that Zero needed to focus on keeping the three of you alive and trained, but that also means that he would be a bit distracted from the task at hand. So the new handler is there to make sure that the tasks will be done, and there's a sense of direction, a leadership. You are also aware that Amy had suffered an unfortunate and very painful experience with some sort of monster she cannot explain, resulting in veiny burn lines across her arm and chest from its lightning strike. She is also pretty badly injured, and at this point, it would have more than a few bandages and some painkillers. While you are waiting for your new handler to arrive at the base to talk to you, what would you like to do? Or what would the three of you like to do?
I would like to talk to MJ. It's been a while, and now there's a new handler, and the first thing I say is that person worse than Zero?
Depends on your standard. Well, I don't think she's hot.
Oh, it's a she.
Yeah, it is a she, and she's like huge. Yeah, chick from Resident Evil, something like that.
Sorry,
but
I have
smaller.
No. Okay. What else? Is she snobby?
I don't think so. Not towards us anyway. She's a bitch towards others. If they're being bitchy towards her. But, she's cool. Not as strict as Zero. Not as the...
Oh, that already makes her like 10 times fun already. Alright. Does she have a name? I didn't get the name.
I know her name. Give me a minute while I try to recall, but the thing is, just try not to piss her off. Zero's wouldn't call him lenient because he's a bastard sometimes, but I think she's a lot more, how do we call this? She's going to be a bitchier if we manage to get on her bad side, kind. I've seen her angry, I don't like it, I don't want to get into that side. Let's try not to.
Well,
But she gives really good bonuses.
okay. Well, I can't do much. I'm injured, so I think I've done my last stupid thing. I think.
Please never do that again, although I still appreciate the fact that you literally took a bullet for my friend. And her name is Jessie Parker. Jessica. You can call her Jessie, it's fine.
Okay.
Speaking of, how's your hole doing? Wound.
Still holy.
That's... Is it getting better, or is it just like, a gaping hole through you, kind of? I've never been shot, so I don't know. This is probably a bad idea to talk about. I'm so sorry. That was insensitive. I'm gonna pull towards the...
It's fine, it's fine.
Good of you to know. Okay, so while the three of you are waiting here, Zero just kind of comes out and says, "Alright, Jess is waiting for us in her office. Let's go." You two, looking at Wim and Amy, feeling better? You guys need any medicine? We've got it covered.
Yeah.
Alright. He leads you inside the office, and Wim, for the first time ever, you are going to meet Jess Parker? Colonel Jess Parker, who does not dress like any military officer. In fact, she dresses the most casually in this base than anyone else you've seen before. She has a black tank top, a black leather jacket, some form-fitting pants, boots, a knife attached, and a gun holster under her jacket. Short blonde hair cut in sort of a bob with a fringe. She's in her early 30s, but she could pass for like mid-20s. 6'5" to 6'6", leanly, kind of athletically built, but not, bodybuilder type. And there is a glass of, there are several glasses with a bottle of scotch on her desk. She just looks at all of you and says, "Sit down. Drink? Anyone? No?
I'm looking at Wim. Shaking my head.
You want a drink?
Mm-mm.
What's that? Sorry, can't...
Yeah.
Is she saying something?
Sure. Why not?
Okay. Here you go.
I
Pours
feel
you
like
some...
I feel bad for letting this happen, but
And
you
passes
know
you a glass.
yourself best, I guess.
I mean, it's not that strong, right?
It's
It's hard liquor.
it's about 100-year-old scotch.
Man, it's expensive. Ooh, okay. Puts it down. Hey!
Would you prefer some soda? There's some in the fridge over there.
I look at MJ. Can you give me a soda? I can't exactly, I'm still in a wheelchair, right? Or am I walkable?
You're walkable. You just can't do, over extraneous exercises. It's just stitches
Okay,
at this
I get
point.
up and get a soda. I just get up, go to the soda, and then I sit back down.
He's looking at Amy and say, "Are you gonna drink too?"
I'll pass.
She just looks at you, Wim.
I'll take one for the team then. I'll take one.
Okay. It is pretty strong. She looks at you, Wim, given you're new. And just said, "Name's Jessica, I'm the handler, or whatever they want to call it here. Basically, I'm just going to be making sure that you guys are going the right direction. 1-0 tries to keep you alive. Skip the formalities, blah, blah, blah. I just realized I fed alcohol to a minor, but no one's going to tell, so we're fine. You can call me Jess. And you are..."
Wim.
Good of a...
Yeah.
Good enough as an introduction as any.
Hey, Jess. Yeah, I've been told about you by MJ.
Well, thank you for that.
I lean on MJ. This is really awkward.
No, it's just you. You're just really awkward. Batting her in the back.
So,
Hi. I guess.
catching catching all the speed, we have tried to take a look at everything that happened to you. Every well, whatever you reported the last time, which I have to say is a lot more than I expected. And we have several issues to deal with, not least of which is one Mr. Mike Willows, former Army Ranger, sniper, demolitions expert, and now some sort of rogue terrorist fugitive that we need to catch. Some more of our occult sources have been led to believe that he has acquired some form of ability to change his appearance at will. Under normal circumstances, I would dismiss this as fairy tales and myth. But given everything that we've been dealing with so far, I do not want to discount any actual possibilities, because at this point everything is a possibility. So, two of you are relatively badly injured, and I would not like to put you in any more danger than you have to be in. So, if you require the rest...
Thank you.
If you require the rest,
yeah.
feel free to rest. What I wanted to say today was that we have a few agents looking into some research and everything, and today should be a little less eventful than what happened yesterday with the power plant and everything. On the bright side, all of the electricity seems to have gotten back in order, and we don't have a problem with electrical failures and car crashes anymore, at least anywhere beyond the normal. What I need from the three of you today is... well, actually, I wanted to gauge your commitment to this. I'm not doubting that you are committed, and I'm not doubting that you are willing to see this through, but I am asking if you would still like to if I offered you an out. I have come to realize, we have come to realize, she just nods at Zero, that you have been put under a lot of stress and near-death situations that you should not be in, and I apologize for that. It seems that every time we have gone out to do something, we have severely underestimated the foes that we are facing. And I cannot promise that it would be the last time we do that, because we still don't know what it is we're fighting. I wanted to check if any of you would be interested in an out. If you would like to, let's say, retire. Return to your normal lives. I cannot do anything about the stress it's going to take on your mental health, given everything that you already know. We don't have any of those flashy things they use in the movie to erase your memories, so you will unfortunately have to live with everything that you've already found out. But I wanted you guys to have a choice, and I wanted you to know that you are not here as prisoners or against your will. We will still ask that you keep everything that you know a secret to prevent anyone else from having to be involved in it, but other than that, I'm more than happy to give you all back your lives. I guess it's just a question of, do you want out? I would encourage all of you to take a moment to go around the base. Maybe explore, speak to people, speak amongst yourselves, speak to your families, whatever you would like. But think about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'll be here. But for the next few days to come, take it easy. We've got research to do. We'd appreciate any help with that. We're still collecting myths and legends about the town. But until then, consider it. If you want out, just let me know.
Puts down my can a bit louder than usual.
Okay.
I think I had this conversation with Zero already. I'm staying put. I don't have to be given time to reconsider.
Okay. That is up to you. She looks at MJ and Amy. And the two of you, you were the ones that went on that little problem yesterday, and you were the ones that, according to the report, have dealt with some terrible things and have seen exactly what it is that is happening. I would have liked to have offered you this chance before you had seen all of that, but here we are. Would either of you like to get out of here?
I mean, it's unavoidable.
That's exactly what I'm trying to point out. If you already believe it's unavoidable, then why would you waste the remainder of what life you have trying to fight it? If you know that the end is coming, and you know that it can't be stopped, or you believe it can't be stopped, then why would you continue on like it could be? Why wouldn't you spend the rest of your life enjoying what you have? It's a question of theory, to be honest. Philosophy, theory, dealing with existential crises. I think that's something we have tended to do a lot. But that is my question to you. Is it really still worth it? If you don't want to take the time to think about it, I won't force you. But the option is there.
No, I think I'm with Wim on this one. I'm staying.
She's not
Various reasons, but
Okay.
you're sus, Wim. I'm gonna whisper that back. But yeah, I guess the two of us are stuck here. I've caused enough trouble in the town. I might as well use my time to save it this time.
Yeah, and it'll be better to save our friends if we're like in the first forefront of knowing what shit's going down. I'm not gonna be taking a backseat knowing shit's about to happen.
I don't think anyone can take a vacation knowing that shit. Not unless we resolve it.
Fair point. Very well. On that note, there is an assignment to do. Like I said, it's low risk. Well, I really should stop saying that. Every time I do, something bad happens. She puts down a folder in front of
Pretty
me.
much, yeah.
But this is an assignment. Like I said, we're dealing with a lot of things, a lot of problems, but we have reason to believe that we are dealing with more than just one thing. By that I mean the cultists, the artifacts we have, the experience you had in the power plant. They don't add up into something that would be considered a singular, I'll just say it, entity. There may be more than just that we are dealing with. I want the three of you to go around town, whatever disguise you want or can think of, go ahead, but I would like you to gather information, let's call it old wives' tales, rumors, and the history of the town the flood that happened in the 50s, the thunderstorm that happened in the 70s, the tsunami that struck it in the early 1900s. These disasters. There's bound to be a few old people who've grown up on legends and stories as to why they happened, those who ignore the physical scientific evidence and just go straight to paranormal stories for scaring children at night. I would like you to find me those and compile them for me. It's a little weird, bizarre.
I already have one in mind.
Thank you. But it is bizarre, strange, out of the ordinary, and the reason for that is science isn't going to explain what's going on with us and what's happening right now. It just won't. And I need to know what's going on, and if I have to go through every crackpot tabloid source in this town that I can, then I will. I would like your help with it. That would be all, unless you have any questions for me. I'll leave you guys to do as you do.
The shapeshifter guy? You brought it up. How do you know it's there? Are there any things that we can pick up so that we don't, That's pretty unsettling. Knowing there's a guy who changes his face a lot.
I mean, are there any, what he usually does? His characteristic, personality. Do you have any records about it?
You recall the pandemic?
And is he anywhere near our place?
Yeah.
You know, this entire pandemic we're in? Some people say that some evidence points to the fact it might be his fault. Other than that, he is a very maniacal, sadistic, and violent person, not at all against blowing up entire buildings, destroying people's homes, or killing people, devoid of any kind of morals. On that note, I would like you to meet someone. They are more than aware of this person and their capabilities, as they have first-hand experience dealing and, in fact, working with him. They're outside. You can ask them any questions that you have. For now, they're only here on a visit to consult with us on how to find this person. If you have any questions about him, she would be the best person to ask. Well, one of the others were not available.
Got it. Is this guy, anywhere near our place? Has it been spotted here?
You would understand it's a little hard to spot and identify the location of a man who can change his face at will.
Fair.
Last known location was China.
Right. Pandemic. Got it.
Yes, well, unfortunately, information on him is lacking. But maybe my associate, or the associate that we've brought in, might be able to assist you in some capacity. She is our new doctor.
Alright. So
She'll be in the med bay
stuff,
if you want to talk to her about it. But that man, Mr. Willows, is not the priority at the moment. But if you would like to get more information to possibly keep yourself safe, by all means. Our resources are yours to use. She just looks at Zero and then Zero, I will still need you on that mission that we have previously discussed. He just nods. Zero looks at the three of you and said, I have to go out and handle some things. If you need to talk to anyone, like Jess said, facility's yours. I'll see you guys when I get back. He nods at her and walks out. Well,
Don't die.
thank you. Same to you. Well,
Yep.
the facility is yours. There's some food here. I can't vouch for how good the catering is, but if you would like to have a quick meal or possibly the worst coffee of your life, feel free. Otherwise, you're free to go. Thank you for coming all this way to meet. You guys want to go anywhere?
Thanks.
Grabs soda can, grabs MJ, grabs Amy. Let's go talk to that med bay person.
Okay.
You're invested in this shapeshifter thing, although that is kind of terrifying. If you can change his appearance at will.
Look, I talk about paranoid. I got shot. I don't know. I just want to be careful. Somebody changes the face to my girlfriend or something, or you guys. At least I know how to deal with it. Right?
So should we like establish keywords like what is the password when we're talking with each other to make sure that we're actually talking with each other, kind?
Yep.
Gotcha.
We have to tell each other probably one word secret that no one else knows that we can tell each other just as three.
So it's our code. Something that no one can find out and something weird enough that we don't say it in normal conversations.
Yes. Yep.
I can't think of anything. Come on, let's just go to the midday for now.
Okay.
Okay. Heading to the med bay, you find the old doctor who was treating MJ, your father, and Amy's cousin Ashley. He is exchanging notes with a young woman, possibly in her very early 20s. Large kind of round glasses, long black hair, and your usual lab coat. A little nerdy, based on how she dresses. Definitely not a fashionista of any kind. She just nods. The doctors exchange notes, and the doctor eventually leaves. The doctor kind of exchanges pleasantries with your father and cousin, asking how they are. Health goes well. The new doctor does not seem to notice because you are just at the entrance, so she is currently looking at samples of blood. Who would like to approach?
Hey.
You need some medicine for that cough?
No, we wanted your attention. Hi.
You could have just said so. Hello. What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, I'm awkward. MJ, you go talk.
Oh god, it's always a pleasure seeing you talk with other people. And yeah. Hi, MJ, Wim, Amy, agents. We were told that you know the thing about the changeling guy.
Oh, Mike. Yeah.
First name basis?
I was kind of his
What are you gonna tell us?
protege and next in line to take over his mafia business or something like that, and I had to get out of it, and I tried to take my life back. He was trying to turn me into a gangster. Sorry, my name's Lily Crane. I got dragged in here by the government because of my knowledge of everything that's going on and what happened back in Jericho City, and I thought I was out of this life, but apparently got dragged back in. That's a mouthful.
He's from a mafia?
So was he your boyfriend?
No, he's like
Jesus.
old enough to be my father.
Oh, I mean, I'm not,
God!
I mean, if you're into
He
that,
was-
we're really not judging.
No. It was. Look, there were like four of us. Back in
Four?
back in Jericho City, there were four of us that got roped into this mess that we didn't understand. It was it was this thing, monster guy that pretends to be human and walks around, claiming that he wanted to cause chaos in the world or something like that. And there are
What's
four
the
of us.
reason?
Because he was bored. Something about walking humanity since the dawn of time, walking amongst humanity since the dawn of time, and seeing everything and wanting some form of excitement. And
Okay.
he met us. Actually, funny story. We summoned him in order to stop this other thing from destroying the world and torturing us for all eternity by killing our loved ones and then making us do it with our own hands. And so we found out that he doesn't like this first thing, so we summoned him to where we were, and then he took a liking to Mike because of his chaotic nature, and then Mike took an offer from him, and I'm not making a lot.
Who's Mike?
The guy who changes his
The one we're
face?
searching for.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
right.
thought that's what you guys were asking for.
Wait, so Mike is the guy you summoned, or Mike is the one of the four?
Mike is one of us four who became that guy you're looking for with the changing faces. A gift from the guy that we
God.
summoned.
Brain, big brain. I can't. Somebody explain that smaller terms to me. There's four guys.
There
one
were
guy
four
they
of us
summoned.
that got
One of the
involved, much like you four. There was a girl who was a criminal. There was. You guys heard of Bob the Builder? He was the famous contractor, Bob. Yeah, the guy who's on the face of every home shopping network. That guy. So there was him. There's a criminal. There was me, unfortunately.
What?
He's on the faces
Okay.
of every home TV shopping network. Anyway, there's him, there's the criminal girl, there's me, a med student who was just about to graduate till they dragged me into it, and then there was Mike. And we got roped into this whole thing, and in order to solve the problem, we had to call on someone else who apparently had an interest in keeping the world alive because he wanted the world to be alive to have more chaos to cause, so we called him. And that thing gave Mike the ability to change his face so that he could incite more chaos in his name. That about sums it up. There was one other guy, a private investigator, but he
You
died.
get.
We stopped the world from ending.
What did you get as a power?
We didn't get anything. We called him to stop the world from ending, and he did, but he liked Mike because
Oh.
Mike offered him the ability to create more chaos.
Oh, okay. So it was just Mike who got the powers, not you.
Yeah, it was more of a bargain. That was what he traded. I mean, the guy we saw was kind of asking, why should I help you? And Mike sort of said, well, if you help us, I can cause more chaos in the world for you, and that's what happened. I need a moment. She drinks some coffee.
Right. That's a lot.
He sounds so toxic.
That was only last
Why
year.
would you be friends with him? What?
We weren't
Last
friends.
year?
We weren't friends. Or, I guess we were, but the point is, we needed him. Of the four of us, he was the only one with any contacts who could supply us with weapons, shelters, ammunition. All of this that you have, guns and everything, we didn't have any of that. I was a med student. He had contacts, and to be honest, he saved our lives a lot. Until that very end where Bob pissed him off and they tried to kill each other.
Right.
Why is that not in the news? I know Bob.
Um,
I mean, I know him. I've seen his infomercials. I actually liked him when I was a kid. So,
it was
younger.
actually in the news. They covered it about how he was put under trial for causing a public disturbance, and Mike Willows managed to get out. And it's a long Story, he's fine now. He's still famous and making a lot of money. And my other friend is in Los Angeles, actually pretty near here, and she's on her way. As a favor.
I guess we can talk to her more about Mike, but that's... Yeah. Do you happen to know what god you summoned, the name?
I have no idea anymore, to be honest. We did learn a little bit of magic.
Magic.
Okay, magic exists.
You guys have seen everything you're dealing with, right? But yeah, magic.
I've never seen anyone do magic.
We were dealing extraterrestrial stuff, but
I would like to give you a demonstration, but doing it
oh my god.
has an excessive toll on me, and it's likely going to break the laws of physics and probably have a toll on you. So I would prefer not to unless absolutely necessary.
No, wait, you can just explain us how you do the so-called magic.
I chant some words from a magic book. She points to an old grimoire-looking thing that looks like it's made of it's covered with animal hide. And I can heal some injuries faster than normal.
I'm pointing the two of them.
I mean, I can. If you
I
really
guess
wanted
that's
to.
too much to ask for you to do something to their...
I can.
They're not very well.
I can if you really wanted me to. I can't promise it's going to be pleasant on your head. Your mind space.
Just looking at the two of them.
What do you want? What is it?
Maybe she can magic your pulse away.
That's a sketchy way of phrasing things.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant bullet holes. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't trust it. If she talks to some god of chaos, learn magic from that chaos god, I might grow a tentacle out of that hole or something.
I didn't learn. I didn't
funny.
learn from him. This magic came from a guy who died saving our lives.
You know a lot of weird guys. That's all I'm saying.
And that is very grim.
You guys are inside
I'm
a
so
makeshift government base in the middle of a small unknown town in California dealing with ancient elder gods who are out to destroy the world.
Yeah.
You've never encountered magic, so you still have that one over us.
You guys haven't encountered anything that's odd? Breaking the laws of physics? Changing the course of humanity?
We
Zombies?
Maybe there's one entity that electrocuted me.
Is she talking about that reality that wasn't a reality? Dream thing?
It's not a dream.
Okay.
And
my brain's
Time
just...
paradox is messed up.
Look, if you guys want me to heal your wounds, it'll be fine, but it might do some damage in your mental state. You might not be able to take... It's easy to say that magic exists. To actually see it exist for yourselves with your own two eyes takes a strain on the head. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for my whole to heal. That's fine. She can keep her mumble jumble weird stuff. Thank you for the information, Mike. Do you have a contact?
Yeah, I think I'll pass. Just give this some
Okay.
painkillers instead.
Sure.
Wait, can I pull M3 to the side real quick?
Sure.
No, I'm kind of disappointed while I'm being pulled away. I'm kind of disappointed. I wanted to see magic happen.
We do a different magic, not on my body, but remember, I was planning to ask you something. You said you kind of know some weird rituals, and this person knows weird rituals and actually summon somebody. Maybe we can ask her up to summon somebody as well as information about that first guy she was mentioning. And that the first god that was pissed off from that. The logic was weird, but she summoned somebody that hated the first entity. I think we should summon another guy to give us information about that first guy. What do you think?
Do we really want to summon some unknown abomination? I mean, they summoned the creature and they brought the pandemic upon us.
No, I mean, we could summon the chaos god. ask information about why he hates that guy's guts. The other enemy. I'm not making sense, but you know what I mean. I think we could ask.
So I want to summon the second one.
Yeah, I want to summon the second guy. Yeah, to ask about the first guy, so we have knowledge about the first guy. How can we deal with the first guy? I'm just right knowledge.
I got you. I'm just not good. I'm not sure if it's a good idea because we literally have nothing to offer.
Hey,
I think.
Lily, the doctor, guy puts her hand on. Hey guys, you know you're speaking in a place that echoes a lot,
Jesus.
right? It's not like this place is echo-proof.
You heard nothing except possibly when we need you in the future.
Yeah, that's the story of my life.
Maybe.
Look, we just probably want to ask a few questions with that second guy that you summoned with your friends. Like just I'm more than willing to. What am I gonna give? Scratch.
He
The only
did.
chaos I can cause is like breaking a few windows and that's it.
Look, the reason Mike is where he is because he offered up to cause everything that's happening. Well, not the supernatural parts, the things that's happening in the world. He's been traveling around causing problem after problem. His help comes with the price of...
But problems versus end of the world, I mean...
Yeah, but what I mean is one of you's gonna have to be doing that. Traveling the world, actively trying to destroy people's lives, making them miserable, causing chaos, causing wars, political tensions, attempted assassinations, maybe World War III.
Probably not smart enough to pull that off. I'm so sorry. I can't.
I mean, we made the bargain because the world was about to end. So I'm not saying it's a bad deal. I'm saying it's a deal we're gonna have to make if you want me to go that route. And I'm not sure any of us have the ability to actually make that deal with him.
Wait, so the set of the dog that you were trying to stop is like over because Mike is caught.
The one we
some
were
chaos.
trying to stop showed us visions of us being forced to kill our loved ones over and over and over again, reviving them so we do it again for the rest of eternity.
Sounds like that guy.
And that's over.
And that's for the entire world. It's also a dystopian hellhole. Basically, literal hell on Earth.
Yeah, so it's not gonna happen anymore because you stopped it, right?
Yes, at the price of Mike going rampant and causing pandemics and World War III and, well, everything else that could happen.
So what happened if we stopped him?
I mean, I imagine he wouldn't care. Their agreement was he would keep going until he gets stopped.
Good.
Although he doesn't really have anything to do with you guys because he's thinking big scale, presidential assassinations, political tensions, that sort of thing. So he's not really concerned with a small town.
Mike is not a concern. It's us trying to stop this other guy from doing the end of the world thing and trying to get more knowledge about the first guy that's trying to end of the world with the second guy who just wants to cause problems.
But Mike's not trying to end the world. He's just trying to make chaos. That was the point.
Exactly. And but our situation right now, there's a world-ending situation possibly because of that.
Okay, so which one of you would like to be the next Mike?
We'll think about it, but we're just that's an option because knowledge is great. Like to fight the first guy.
No, my friend is coming over from LA, so she has the book and she has the knowledge on how to use it to bring forth this guy that gave Mike his ability. So if you really want to go that route, we'll teach you how to use it. But you'll have to convince her because she's holding the book, which probably won't be hard. She'll probably go for it if you really needed it. But in terms of what to trade the guy, I guess I'll leave that to you.
We'll talk about it, but for now, thank you that it's about possible options.
Sure.
When's your friend coming back?
Tonight. She's driving, so she'll be here by the night.
we're gonna go in tonight and meet with your friend.
I'll drive the two of you back here after we're done with this thingy.
Thanks. What was your name again, Nat?
Lily.
Crane. Said it earlier.
I just wanted to make sure.
Lily's fine.
Thanks, Dr. Lily.
As you guys are bickering, she's just kind of muttering to herself, how did I get back into this? I thought I'd graduate and just be a normal doctor. And she's just writing on her clipboard, looking at the test she's doing.
Yeah. Good luck with the doctor stuff, Dr. Lily.
Lily's fine, but thanks.
You worked hard at that. Dr. Lily. Going back.
So,
If I
anything
ever
else?
get hurt, I would want her to do her magic mumbo jumbo on me. I am not gonna miss the opportunity to see that.
Wait, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Hello?
I didn't hear Amy.
Sorry?
With the cost of your mental health, that's why you did it for it.
Yeah, we did. No, I'm already not alright in the head.
It's alright. I mean, I'll take one for the team. I just really want to see it.
Oh my god.
Wait, by the way, we're not gonna tell Zero or Jesse about what we're planning, right?
Wait, what's
And that's possibly
Oh, right.
I think that's gonna piss them off. I'm just saying. We don't vow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible.
As long as we have our plans settled, make sure that everything is, foolproof before we actually go summon a creature from Nine Hills. I'm not even sure where it comes from, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, should I drive the two of you back home? We're supposed to be researching, you think?
We were supposed to be talking around with people for some stories, right?
Yep. Ames, I'm guessing you're gonna drop query?
You can drop me off.
Well, let's all go together as a gang, spend time together as a gang, right? We're like a group or something.
Are we gonna pretend we're doing this little research thingy for Amy's new exhibit, the alien exhibit? I don't know.
Legends and stories. I think that's a good angle for the exhibit. Like small town histories.
What do you think?
I don't handle that kind of exhibit. I can only handle art exhibit.
It's art about legends, Ames. Art that founded on legends and lore and cults. Occult art?
If push comes to shove, I can say.
House art. That's new.
Scratch.
I mean, I don't think anyone would find it suspicious if I start asking about weird shit. If I just did it, because,
I'm gonna say it's homework.
Mhm.
It's my college homework. My weird history professor was asking about history of my town.
Aren't you,
Time.
aren't you on a winter break?
I'm just gonna say it was due for the coming summer. I'm just gonna say that. Like when
Or we can use it as an excuse to make a vlog.
I don't think we can publicize it, though.
Yeah. School is fine. I'll say it's for term paper. That is coming right after this break, which was just this week. That's why it's really important that I do the research. Because our professor is evil, giving us homework over the break.
Well,
That's
how are you gonna
believable.
juggle school and...
I'm taking up... I forgot what I was taking. What was I? What the heck was I taking?
Well, it's believable, to be honest.
You guys can. I'm gonna look.
Evil professors giving ridiculous
Oh,
assignments.
electrical engineering.
I mean, social studies can be weird.
Yeah,
And it's
well,
mandatory, so... It's compulsory.
You're an electrical engineering student asking about occult things because your term paper requires you to write a research paper about the occult.
Yes, I have a history subject that's a minor subject that's feeling like a major subject, so I have to do
It's a
it.
thing.
Yeah, it's very much a thing in the colleges.
Exactly why I left.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue. If you guys think that's a good idea, sure.
Oh, we're still with Doc. We're still talking with Doc.
No, this
Sorry.
is Ashley, Amy's cousin.
Ashley.
Oh. Hey, Ash.
So, like, where do you guys want to start this whole interrogating people about weird mysteries and occult nonsense?
Is there like a council hall here in the town?
There's a library that normally documents a lot of things. There are also a few older people in the area. There's a, what do you call the home for the aged? A home,
Yeah.
basically. There's one of those here.
Nursing
Homes, there you go. There's one of those for most of the elderly around here. And there are no shortage of families that have weird history recorded amongst them. People who have passed down stories along generations. That's a common thing in this town. So there are no shortage of lores and legends that spread around town. Normally because of the location, there's a reputation for certain parts of this town, even the lighthouse being haunted.
MJ, do you remember what happened to Elaine for the time she got an interview with Miss Celine?
The really hot boss lady that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Miss Celine asked Elaine about what she did at the night of October 15,
The
2017?
fire.
And
Elaine?
it connected to the necklace. I mean, there was
MJ
a
is
fire
gone.
and it was gone after the fire.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Can hear.
Okay. I'm
you're
sorry.
delayed.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna reconnect.
Amy, necklace, fire. Go on, Amy.
Hello.
Yeah.
I think it's best to go to the library as well to get like the names of the people that told stories, just so that we have a more funneled research.
Wait, name. So is that about the fire thingy?
Yeah, the fire. That happened on October 15, 2017. And that time, the next place with that weird cult symbol, it went missing after the fire.
The museum fire, she means.
Mm-hmm.
There was a weird necklace that was stolen from it.
So maybe we can ask your boss lady. After research, we can put her under the list of the people we're gonna
I was
interrogate.
planning on asking her today.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this together, or we're gonna split up? Because if we want to suggest a library thing, I'm not exactly the most educationally adept person in the group.
I have a feeling that she's going to be paranoid if the three of us try to ask her questions about.
Ashley kind of goes over.
I mean, she has a gun.
I can take the library, you know. It's fine. I'll go do some reading, I guess. And your father just chimes in to say, I can talk to some of the locals, some of the people, you know, some of the people I've gotten to know since I got out of work. Maybe share a few stories with them, a few drinks like we used to before. See if I can get out the local families in the suburb areas. The three of you, I guess, will be going out asking some questions to your boss, maybe? Or what was it? What was it? A term paper? Just tell her you're doing it as a favor for her. Looking at Wim.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Ashley just said, alright, I'll drive your father. Looking at MJ. And you guys go ahead to the museum and we'll meet up later, I guess, to talk to Dr. Magic and her equally crazy associate, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know who these people are.
Cool. Then of on the same level because we're kind of experiencing the same shit. So
Yep.
Yeah, fair point. Alright, I guess we'll meet up later. He begins to drive off. The rest of you, I'm assuming MJ, you're driving?
Can we at least buy something for her? I mean, I was planning on buying her the one of the expensive sushi sets. I mean, come on, she's my boss.
The boss you also told that you can't come to work today. The boss that you told you can't come to work today because of a stomach flu. Just reminding you of that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the library is the better option as of now. While you have the flu.
You can
I
also
think it's
call.
over there tomorrow.
You can also call Elaine.
We can just say that we're visiting you to work.
You can also call Elaine, who is at work.
Option.
I thought we could chat today.
What do you want to tell her?
Let me just try to reconnect. See if
Elaine, I have a favor to ask.
Elaine, sorry, what do you tell her?
I have a favor to ask.
She just calls you up on your phone.
Hey.
Hello. So what can I do for you?
Remember the interview you had with Miss Celine? And the time she asked you about the night of October October 15th?
Yeah, their museum fire. That was so weird. What about it?
I mean, did she ever told you about it? Any details? Any fees?
No, she just mentioned there was a fire, some things went missing, and they couldn't find all of them. Some of them were stolen. No, that's it. She just glanced over the topic and didn't really ask much after that, so I don't really know.
That's about it. I was curious.
Why the sudden curiosity about fires? You're not a closet arsonist, are you?
I'm not. I mean, it's all about the museum, right?
I was making a joke.
I mean, I was planning on making another gallery of the museum.
Amy,
The history of the museum.
Amy.
Yeah?
I was joking. Chill out. I have to get back to work.
Okay, I'm sorry for bothering you.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll see you when you come back. Between you and me, you don't really have a stomach flu, do you? Yeah, I'll take your silence as a yes. Hang up. MJ, you are driving to hear Amy's half the conversation.
Yeah, and where do we go?
Yeah, we're gonna go to this library, I guess. There isn't very much details about what happened.
You've already looked at the library, so...
I guess we can, the thing that records the history of the town, the thing that collects the newspapers. I'm not sure about it, but I think that was the thing taught to me back in high school. And they collect records of what happened in the town and the local library.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Amy went through those the other day.
The library as well.
Including the other disasters, or just the fire?
Oh, just the fire.
Just fire.
Ashley is going to the library.
Kind of easy way to start.
But if you want to switch places, she'll just go around asking town for gossip.
Or we go to the nursing home.
You can go to the nursing home.
Library is a lot more streetwise. I think it's a lot more.
Or some college kids that are obsessed with history or conspiracy.
The library is the
One of
better.
those clubs.
Nah, I mean, I have a group, Misfits group, but we're not that into weird history stuff.
Give me one moment. I have someone I happen to know who was into that at some point. I'm gonna take Cliff for already. I'm gonna drive to the side. Actually, no. I'm just gonna give my phone to Amy and say, "Mind calling Jake?"
I missed.
You dial them with MJ's phone. He eventually answers. MJ, what's up?
He's gonna pop in the earbud and say, "Hey, so
Yeah?
I got some really awkward questions to ask."
This isn't about... I'm not gonna say anything. Go on.
Yeah, it's about the eyeliner era. Anyway, I was gonna ask if you happen to know anyone who's into the crap that you were into back in the eyeliner era. Apparently, Wim has a research thingy-majig going on, and she was asking for help.
Yeah.
Huh. One, offensive. Two, do you mean occult or rock bands?
Ah, right. Two different phases. I was talking about the occult one.
Hey, I still like rock bands, alright?
I know. I mean, we can still drop by the rock. We can still... You know what? It's been a while since we last played Rock Band. I'll drop by your place later tonight, maybe. But yeah, I was talking about the occult stuff.
Alright. We had a group that kind of researched things, mostly conspiracies, local and otherwise. I'm trying to think if anyone's still into that. I mean, we all kind of outgrew it. Oh, there's one guy, Mickey Sullivan. I'm pretty sure he's still in town at some point. He works at the animal shelter, I think. About a couple of weeks ago or so, he asked me for some of the old books that we had, if I had any of them left. I asked him why. He just said that he thought it would make for a good, library, just to show off his kid. I guess you could ask him. I mean, no guarantee, still no shit about it, but, he at least has my old stuff. Maybe he'll lend it to you, I guess? I don't know.
That's as good as any. Thanks, man.
No problem.
I owe you.
You should be in the animal shelter. You should find him there. Hey, MJ, when you get some free
we'll drop
time...
by later.
MJ, when you get some free time, my business could use a bit of help with, well, your expertise. I'm kind of short-handed right now. Small house renovation, just need someone to lead the guys. You got the time? It's gonna start next week. Just let me know if you want a job.
Is there demolition?
Yes, there is a demolition involved. No, it is not going to involve dynamite.
That's fine. I'll settle for sledgehammers. I'll be there.
Alright, good enough. I'll see you. He hangs up.
Right. Well, if you guys still want to go to the library, you can drop me there, and then maybe later after lunch, we can talk with this Mikey Sullivan, who apparently is into occult.
Mikey.
So,
Okay.
also we're gonna go to Amy's. When are we gonna go to your boss? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. I got actually told them that I was working today. So
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward. Let's save that for tomorrow.
I remember, so I realized something. Does my mom have a phone in the new place?
Yes. Well, there's a landline that you can call.
I
Okay.
call my mom.
Okay. There's an answer. Yeah? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out how to use this thing all morning.
Now you do. You're working. I can hear you. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Alright. So I decided to catch up on some homework. Do you know any fun legends or stories about the town?
Well, there was a story about the tsunami that hit early in the 1900s. That's something my grandmother used to tell me all the time when I was a young one.
Oh, what happened to the town afterwards?
Well, it wasn't so much what happened after. There was a story about how the tsunami happened. I mean, everyone in kind of just said that it was because of the massive earthquake that had occurred, but there were people that were speculating that the tsunami was bigger than the earthquake should have been able to cause. They were saying something beneath the ocean was probably causing it, some sort of massive creature. Other people were saying it was probably the Loch Ness Monster. It was a weird time, but the story, I can't remember the exact details, but the local legend said something about occult practices occurring and incurring the wrath of some kind of monster that lives in the ocean.
Well, that's spooky. Do you think I could find that story in the library?
I mean, you'll find the story of the tsunami and everything, but they don't generally put legends and tell tall tales in the library, I think. You'll have to speak to some of the elders of the town. I don't remember the full story anymore.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I'm going around doing stuff. Yeah, thanks for the time, bro. Take care.
Stay
Get your
safe,
lunch
dear.
back.
Okay. You hang up?
That was weird. Yep, that was weird.
So where are we gonna go? Looks like a fold over to the side and send the text to Mrs. K.
There's an
You have it later? Nice. Smells good. That's it.
Okay.
old people. We need old people. My mom said something about we can't find stories in the library beyond the tsunami and the earthquake in the 1900s. Apparently, there was like word going around that some occult practice is pissing off something, and the creature down there was a really weird time.
Jesus, this sounds weird.
Here's my mom.
The nursing?
I'll go to the nursing home. Library doesn't sound like a good idea.
Well, old people can be cool too. Sometimes. Mrs. K has been real great.
When she's not hitting on your father.
And when she's not wearing a leotard.
Nightmares. I hope she's not wearing a leotard today.
No, I don't think so. I mean, she only does it when my dad is around, you know, the cat, when she's gardening, she likes to long term.
There. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts.
So where are we
It
heading?
was not a very good childhood, but let's go. Nursing home.
Nursing home.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. The Lakewood Retirement Home. Home to most of the aged, most of the people who basically need a place to stay for their final days. It is as good as you can expect of it. It is also government funded, but a lot of individuals have privately donated to it, among of which your friends MJ, Luke, and Jake. And various other wealthy individuals who have funded this place have made it into less of a home for the aged and more of an actual home for people to feel comfortable in. There are top doctors, nurses, and facilities here, so the place does not look like it's run down at all. In fact, it was newly renovated by Jake's company. Moving through here, there are a number of elderly who are comfortably living their retirement, either knitting, some of them even drinking, even though it's against the rules, playing bingo and other activities. And an orderly approaches you and says, "Hello, welcome to the Lakewood Residences. How may I help you today? Are you here to visit someone?" Hello.
Yeah.
Kind of. Kind of here for research purposes.
I have homework.
Okay.
So, yeah, we were told to ask some old people about really nice stories about town.
Oh, okay. So you're here to interview our elderly? Is that right?
Yep. If you're okay with it, just ask stories, yeah. Fun legends. And ow.
Well, the elderly that are currently in our activity area are free to talk to. Some of them are asleep, some of them are on their medication. So anyone that's already in that area, you are absolutely free to speak with. Some of the orderlies will be here if you need any assistance, or if anything happens, please report it immediately to the orderlies around the area. That's all, I suppose. Enjoy your visit. Please do not
thank you.
give any sort of food or drinks to the elderly that wasn't pre-approved. Some of them have major allergies, and some of them have lactose intolerance, for example, and they often use random visitors that don't know them to solicit chocolates or sweets that would be bad for her health. We would greatly appreciate if you would not indulge them in these.
It sounded like
It's still empty. Are we sure we were in the right place? We aren't in a booth,
I'm gonna nudge Amy and then go to them and say, "Gotcha. No food, no nothing. On me, on us. You can check our pockets."
It's
nothing.
fine. Just please don't indulge them in it. Thank you.
No,
Well,
just clapping. Women's poker face.
I'm just gonna usher the two of them forward and say, "Yep, thanks. Sorry, you didn't catch your name."
My name is Matthew. Just call me Matt. It's fine.
Cool. MJ. And
to
see you
meet
around
you.
Matt.
Please, this way. You're led into the place, and there are a number of aged people here. Some of them are in a corner playing bingo. A few of them are at a round table playing poker. Some of them are playing craps. Obviously, they're not allowed to actually bet around here, so it looks like what they're gambling are just chips, and that don't really mean much. So they're all old people,
That's so
and I'm
cute.
not sure how to describe them in a way that would stand out to you, because they're all just run-of-the-mill elderlies. I can describe that if you're looking for someone who's alone, there's an elderly woman who is knitting a sweater. There's a man who is reading a book. There's another man who has a I don't know what you call it, but the thing that holds a canvas that you paint on. He's painting. I should just say that. There's a man who's painting, and there's a woman who is assembling what looks to be a very massive Lego puzzle. A Lego something. He's assembling Legos. Those are the people who are alone and currently doing something, alone. Otherwise, everyone else is in a group. Who would you like to approach?
I would like to go to the people that are betting.
Okay.
I'll go to the Lego woman.
Okay, Lego artist, I guess. Okay. Let's start with Wim. Wim, you head over to the poker table, I suppose. There are 5 of them who are currently at the table, and by the time you arrive, this elderly woman, probably in her late 60s, puts down like 3 aces in her hand, puts it forward. Eat them and weep, suckers! All the gelatin for the next week is mine. And she just pulls out a bunch of chips.
Damn. Oh.
Better luck next time, boys. And she just takes it in. The elderly man just kind of says,
They're still betting even if they don't have money.
There's a joke.
they're betting the lunch that they get. The elderly man kind of looks up and then just says, I swear
goodness,
you're
okay.
cheating. I swear you're cheating. How do you have 3 aces in your hand? There's already 2 aces in the pile. You dummy, can't you count? There's only a single ace here. Then what do you call this? That's a free of clubs, you nincompoop. Puts it down.
I am amused.
So precious.
Very amused.
And then you just see one of the other guys who lost put his hand on the guy who's complaining and just say, come on, Rodney. It's best we fall out of here before we lose the dessert for the next month. Shark, looking at the woman who won.
No, hey, before you go, don't go. Can I ask a few questions?
There's one woman who just kind of presses something in her ear and says, huh? And then there's the guy next to her just screams in her ear and says, and the guy next to her just screams in her ear and then says, she's asking if she can ask a few questions. Well, you don't have to shout. The woman who won goes up to you and says, hello there, dear. What would you like to know?
I got a homework. Then I talked to my mom, and she said that her grandma told stories about the town. I have a homework for like basically research about the legends of the small town. Fun, and I want to get a new one because I feel like some of my friends are gonna get the ones from the library. And she said, like talk to some folks here, and I wanted to go here and ask something I haven't heard yet.
Legends, huh? I'll be honest with you, we're not really... Actually, no, that's not true, is it? And then she looks at the girl who just kind of presses on her ear against it. Huh? And the guy screams in her ear, she said it's not true! What's not true? Deaf little... The guy just kind of stands up and says, I'll take it from here, Connie. And then hands a handshake to you, Wim, and it says, my name is Roderick. Roderick Fredson. And, yeah,
Hi, Roderick.
around my time in my childhood, a lot of strange stuff, a lot of stories were spread, especially about for my mother, actually. I don't know if it's going to help with your homework or not, because they're mostly, legends and old wives' tales being spread around here and there, so I'm not really sure if it's going to help you, but I know a few stories that have been going around.
Hey, that's exactly what I need.
Okay.
That's exactly what I need for my homework.
Anything in particular you're looking for? Any particular point you see?
I remember something unique, like maybe something like it's not usually in the paper. Like from what my mom told me, like I went my way. My grandma said there was some cults, and I was like, that's new. And then she said something about creatures in the water. That was new for me. So it was nice to add those whole tales.
I think I know what you're talking about. Just after. Was it during some time in the World War I era in this town? My mother used to tell me about this massive tsunami that hit the town, and all the scientists kind of called it a result of tectonic plate shift, whatever science talk they have. But there was a prevailing story going around about this cult, which did exist, by the way. There was actually a cult practices going on here. It led to children being kidnapped, unfortunately a couple of murders. You also probably read the papers. Cult murders did happen in the past, unfortunately. It's part of the history of the town, but the legend goes that one of these cults were trying to appease some kind of god beneath the ocean, someone that was asleep beneath the ocean, and in order to do so, they had done some horrible things. What made the papers that time
was what was it? Yeah, what made the papers that time was a grisly murder, and that these cultists were responsible, and they were cultists, and that was shut. That was it. The legend goes that these cultists were in fact doing these murders in a more less of a violent outrage and more of a purposeful manner, and that they were meant to summon something, but they were caught before they could complete this ritual they were talking about. And so the worst we got was a tsunami, when in fact some kind of elderly monster beneath the sea was meant to rise. Well, that's a story. That's a story that went around. Obviously, the police aren't going to put around the papers. It's tabloid news.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did the name of the cult ever was mentioned by your mom, or was just like just that general description?
There wasn't really a name for the cult, but they did carry a strange symbol of maybe a squid, or I don't know, an octopus with wings and a body of some kind. That kind of symbol, something like that, like a weird octopus squid human thing. That was the symbol they had. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't have that's how it was explained to me, but it was some sort of squid-like octopus creature thing that was used as their symbol. Yeah, I know. You know that fancy show all the kids like these days? The throne games.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yeah, that one. You know the lady with the white hair that went naked in the first season?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know how her, I don't know, clan or something had that symbol of like a three-headed lizard, in a circle?
Yep.
It's like that, except put in like a green human face, and then the circle's made of tentacles coming out of it where its mouth should be. Sort of like that.
That's an interesting symbol.
That's the best I can approximate. It's been decades since I got to talk with my mom about it, so I'm not really sure anymore, but it is some sort of tentacly monster thing, maybe some sort of I don't know, calamari.
Yeah, it's yeah, that sounds great. That is very unique. I think I'm gonna get a great score for my paper. Thanks.
Go
can
ahead
you
and
hear me, Roderick?
Roderick Fenson, yes.
Roderick Fenson and
The woman
I joined
discount
that
presses, and the woman, oh, the winner, okay. When you load the winner, she says, Mary Beth Sue.
Mary Beth Sue. And I like, what's your name, lady? Yell at the tough person.
She puts her ear and says, you don't have to shout.
Oh, sorry.
But my name's Elizabeth John.
Elizabeth Johnson. Thank you guys. I really appreciate this. It'll help me with a unique story. Thank you!
As you walk away, you can hear her saying, why do all the kids these days have to feel like they need to shout in old people's ears? That's what you get. Amy, you went over to the old man doing a painting in the corner. When you approach him, do you say anything?
I like to watch.
Okay. When you approach in the back, he just notices you, but he doesn't stop since you don't say anything. He is doing an oil painting similar to Van Gogh's kind of work. Obviously not on that scale, but that sort of art style. He seems to be painting what looks like a crypt, a mausoleum, that's in the center of a graveyard. And he's chosen sort of a grayish sky with a light bit of rain on his painting. Just kind of finishing. He's nowhere near done, so if you're waiting for him to finish, you're going to be here all day. But that is what he's trying to kind of accomplish with his painting.
I'm sorry,
Well, it's about time you
Hi,
spoke up. You've been staring at me for the last 5 minutes, Missy.
I'm going to offer him a handshake and say I'm Amy Schweid, our local museum.
He takes your hand, and then he shakes it, and then he just says,
Frederick Johnson. Retiree.
I handle retired. Are you?
I'm
Are you working?
No. I was as a military soldier. I retired. Thank you. But I retired and I went here, and unfortunately my son passed away. His wife, my daughter-in-law, is very sweet, visits every month when she can, but she has a big job in the city, so she can't come as often. But my pension was enough to afford me a nice place like this in my old hometown, so it's not so bad. Anyway, Missy, any reason you've been staring at me for the last 5 minutes?
Oh yeah, here's about
This is the scenery of my son's crypt. Me and his wife put it together. A little bit of my pension, a little bit of hers, and we wanted to give him a nice home in his afterlife, you know. We're going to do a tribute piece for him. Something to put in the crypt and make it less dreary.
but
"Why what? Sorry, what?"
why
It's his crypt. This is his crypt. Well, this is the crypt we're having built. It will be done in a few months, but for now, this is what I imagine it to look like. And when he's placed there, I would like this painting here. Just something to put there. I guess I feel closer to him when I'm making this, and I didn't really put much thought into why I'm making this over something else.
I didn't think about it. Basically, when my mother, if they other paintings, in my art gallery, I can help you with that.
You're a sweet woman, and I appreciate it, but this isn't really something I do a lot, and
You can see his hands are shaking, and
a bit of a nerve damage from the war. It means that I can't really do this very often, if at all, and I struggle to make even just one piece. I just wanted to do this as a final thing for my son, and then I'm gonna have to hang up the brush. I can't really draw if you've got a...
he just shows you his shaking hand.
I understand.
So thank you for the offer. You're a lovely young woman.
Right, I almost forgot. My cousin. One of my friends for her assignment report. College stuff. Alright. Do you have any weird stories about this town? What happened before?
Weird stories. Weird stories.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there was the fire, I guess. I don't know if you young ones will be aware of the a great fire sometime in the 50s, I think, or maybe the 60s. I can't remember exactly. I was a kid then, like a really young kid. But I remember the fire. It was huge. The fire department then said it was foul play, that someone set it up, but no one could really find any suspects. The police always thought it was this small cult that was running around, so they used it as a way to arrest all of them. They denied it, but not very well, and they were arrested. Supposedly the fire was to make a sacrifice.
That is weird.
Alright, yeah, but it was meant to be a sacrifice, and I don't know, something like that. The fire, this was the town fire, 11 people died. Supposedly there were supposed to be 12, and then something would happen. But the 12th person was saved by a fireman at the time. The 12th person would have... Yeah, the 12th person was saved at the time, and whatever they were supposedly trying to do wasn't accomplished. At least that was the local legend.
The name of the survivor?
Yeah, Theodore Gallus. He's probably my age by now, actually. But he's not around here. He's not here. He's in... Actually, he should be one of those fancy mansions up north. Retired wealthy. Rich guy. Yeah, well, that's where he is. He's a rich guy. Afforded a nice home for himself. He should be around my age, so... I don't know. He's probably got bodyguards to boot or something like that. Yeah, of course. He just continues to paint. He's very careful and very slow because of his shaking hands. He has to compensate. So, MJ, who are you going to approach?
The Lego woman, please.
Okay. When you get a little closer, you realize that she is building a Lego Death Star.
Sit like next to her, like engine sit next to her and say, "Let me be the first to say that is so cool."
Huh? Ah, thank you, dear. You're gonna make it figure out how to actually complete the damn thing. Wait, who are you? You're not one of my granddaughters.
You want?
Who are you? You're not one of my granddaughters.
I was here on behalf of a friend who wanted us to research, but this Death Star looks really cool. Would you mind if we talk while you're building it, or is it going to be too distracting? Because I want you to finish it as much as you want to finish it, really.
I've learned my entire life how to multitask. What can I do for you, young lady?
Well, the name's MJ. Mind if I ask for yours?
It's a little weird. Not a common name. Well, not really. Freya.
Freya?
You know, like a Norse goddess.
It's kind of cool, actually.
Thank you.
So, I'm gonna take out like this little tiny notebook that I have and say, Miss Bea, Death Star, would you mind if I ask about a few weird stuff that's going on around town? Apparently, her research involves, history of town and the weird crap
Is it
that's
just
happening
me,
around
or
here.
are you choppy?
Oh, sorry, am I?
No, you're not. She's been clear on my end.
Okay, she's the only one choppy in my end, but anyway.
Oof, that's weird. Should we gonna...
Yeah.
Okay, let me just give me a minute.
Well, the visit to the elderly is going well.
Is this fine?
I think so. Go on.
Okay. Yeah, so Miss Bea of Death Star,
Freya.
would you mind if I ask?
The no-
Freya.
like the
Oh,
Norse
Freya
goddess.
is so cool. She is so cool.
What kind of weird things are you into that I need to answer you? There's probably a few weird things that I know of that is not appropriate topic of discussion between me and a young 20-something woman.
I mean, I'm legal, so at this point you can talk about anything. But that's not the point. I was going to ask if you know anything about the flood that happened in the 50s.
In the 50s, there was a fire, and then there was another flood. There was a flood that followed the fire in the 50s. They said something about because there was a strong rain that followed, and it overflowed the dam, and it got flooded. But it was an unusual thing, because normally when we get flooded in Lakewood, it would be like knee-high at worst. This one kind of flooded the entire town all the way to the roof level, destroying cars, homes, and other things, and well, it was kind of unusual, I guess you could say. Very unusual. I don't know. That's about most of what happened. It was just a flood. I mean, some of the other things that happened, there are some stories attached to those. Fire was said to be some sort of... Fire was meant to be some sort of summoning ritual or something, so people were supposed to die, but one person stayed alive. The tsunami from World War One, that was meant to summon something from beneath the ocean. Some sort of weird tentacle squid god thing. I don't even know what that is. The flood? Well, there was a conspiracy that someone sabotaged the dam. There was some evidence pointing to that, but no real story there. I mean, someone tried to destroy the dam. I guess someone just didn't like the town, maybe. But yeah, that's about it. There was really nothing going around interesting about it.
Okay. Anything about the storm during the 70s?
Right. Lightning storm, I remember that. You know, I was stuck in my boyfriend's home at that time.
Was it a good experience at the very least, or it was too terrifying to actually enjoy the company?
Well, it's a good thing he stocked up on condoms, is what I'll say.
Dang, Grandma, you're... Dang, son! Okay, so... Okay, moving on. I am very appreciative that you're very sharing. Let's talk about this later. Let's focus on a storm. The lightning storm, not the storm happening in your bedroom. Moving on.
Oh no, it was a lightning storm. We stayed in the kitchen and the basement. Anyway. Yeah, it was an unusual phenomenon. I guess you could call it that. Sorry, I never gave you background. I'm a bit of a chemist, a little bit into science, so that was sort of my thing. But it was an unusual thing to happen because it's a lightning storm in California, in Lakewood, next to a body of water. It doesn't really add up, but it was a lightning storm. It lasted about, I don't know, maybe 12 hours? Just lightning continuously flashing and it hit. Exactly, that doesn't happen, even in the worst conditions. But it hit a few trees, as it does, some wooden objects, some metal stuff, a few cars got destroyed. It claimed the lives of 15 people at that point. There was a local legend amongst people, amongst my generation at least. There's a story about these, I can't remember. It was meant to be, what do you call it, a last hooray or a last hurrah of this old... There was a rumor cult that caused the tsunami, and ever since then they were hunted down because of all the people that died. Well, not because people believed they did the tsunami, but because they were sacrificing people and killing them, and supposedly those deaths caused the tsunami. And so they were hunted down for their crimes. And supposedly this was the last-ditch effort of their leader or something to continue what he was doing. Oddly enough, there was this strange story about how this cult was involved in these three things. And the tsunami, the fire, and that lightning storm, right? And some sort of crackpot story about how in each of these events some sort of magic item was born that created something or that did something, and those magic items were the key into accomplishing their real agenda or something like that, like a fail-safe if their plans ever failed. I don't know. That's just some sort of story. I guess I don't really know.
It is interesting.
I had the rumor, like every time they had a failed attempt to summon whatever they were going to summon, there was this sort of magic item that was born. And well, rumor was that the cult didn't actually like those things, because those things did things that they didn't like it. So I don't know what you make of that, but you know, that was the story. Make it at least. Yeah, that's about everything that I can remember.
Do you happen to know what those items are?
It was all just rumors. One of them was supposedly a dagger that got involved in the murders in the Lakewood resort just outside of town. You know, that hotel that's being renovated at the moment. So one of them was that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
One of them, I think one of them was a cross, because I remember that it was involved in a massacre in a monastery. Like a nun went crazy as she carried the cross, and she started killing all of all the members of the monastery and committed suicide. So
Gotcha.
but that's about it, I guess. I mean, these are all rumors that these were the items, you know, like, oh, cultists did this, and then there's cursed items, and these cursed items are now causing these mass murders. It's like, that was the rumor.
And the cultists don't like these items,
No.
right?
No, we don't. Especially since it came out when they failed. I don't know, that's a story. I don't really know their motivations. I was a woman of science. I wasn't really someone of the occult, so not my expertise.
And the woman of experience. Gonna finger gun her, like
Oh,
actually finger gun.
I can teach you a few things. You know the wheelbarrow?
Oh, geez. This is a conversation the two of us are gonna have the next time I visit, and I'm gonna bring more Legos for that set.
If you can find me,
Stay.
if you can find me Millennium Falcon, I'd be very appreciative of it. Willing to pay. I just can't find one.
Oh, no, fine. No, it's fine. I can order online. Actually, give me a minute. I'm gonna check my phone, like online shopping.
They're probably sold out by now. It's a very popular set.
Can I order? Pre-order?
You can put it on the list in case it restocks, and then it'll be notified if it does.
Gotcha.
You'll be first
You
on the
know
order
what?
list.
Okay. So it's kind of sold out, but great thing about technology, we can set pre-order on that. Done. I'll send it to you once I manage to buy it. And for that, you're gonna tell me a whole lot of stories in exchange. Yeah?
I think that's a pretty nice deal. What's your poison? Men, women, both?
You know what? Your poison is just your stories. I really thrive on these kinds of stories. I mean, you know, you can only get so much from your parents, really. And I really don't want to know about what my parents do. Just, you know,
You know,
Fine.
if you get me that set, I'll tell you a story about this girl, about my roommate in college, who was incidentally named Venus.
Dang, Freya. You have my respect.
But
I'm gonna get you
I'll
that
let-
thing.
For now, I'll leave it to you in your imagination and what happens when you mix the goddess of love with the goddess of beauty. This starts for assembling the Death Star.
Gotcha. I'll make sure to visit again soon. You have fun with that. And wait, do you have a phone here?
Yeah, I do. I'm one of the ones who are allowed to have one.
It's gonna like I'm gonna ask for her phone. I'm gonna input my messenger and say send me a photo once you're done with it.
Of me and Green? Oh, the Death Star, okay.
Oh no. I'm at the Death Star.
Because I have one from the 60s, which...
That would be great. Send me one as well. That would be so cool. Just, with clothes on and stuff. I can only explain so much to my dad if he sees my account.
She shows you a picture of a Polaroid of her, and this looks like a college photo. Curly, long, blonde hair. Perfect. The most perfect woman you've seen in a while. And then standing next to her is a woman in vibrant, almost fiery red hair that's about waist length. Probably the only person who would rival her.
Dang, Freya. No wonder you get a lot of action. You look hot.
Don't sell yourself short, dear. I was about 50 years younger. She winks at you.
Okay. I'm just actually just losing your shit laughing.
She
Okay,
assembles
I'll
a Death Star.
visit you again.
Oh, feel free.
I'll visit you again and I'll get you that Falcon. Peace out. I'm gonna walk away and just like shaking my head while laughing. That was an interesting conversation.
So the three of you gather outside of the nursing home.
Please don't tell Wim about that.
I'm not.
Spare Wim. The character.
Spare her.
I mean, if he got hit on by an oath. Fuck it. I'll take a compliment, whoever it comes from. But yeah, well, in the truck, so... Okay, so did we find any good information?
A lot. Really freaky shit stuff. So who's gonna go first?
Found out that there's a big fire before during 50.
A town fire.
Yeah, town fire. Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, anyway, town fire, 11 people died, supposedly there were supposed to be 12.
One got away.
One managed to live. He's an old man living in the mansion right now.
Sus. Really sus. He's a pretty
Should we visit the old man? Although I don't think he would want to revisit his old memories of being sacrificed in the fire.
It's part of the job. You gotta ask.
It's not like he
looking forward
knew.
to that conversation.
It's not like he knew he was going to be sacrificed. As far as anyone knows, it was just a fire. It was a rumor that they were meant to be sacrificed.
Well, we gotta talk to him, and
Okay.
his people gotta. I mean, if he's a nice guy, he's gonna, it's the past stuff, things.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we can ask him. You want me to drive? Wait, which one is closer? The shelter or his house?
You'd be hitting the animal shelter before you get to the, luxurious part of town.
The animal shelter, but yeah, Wim will tell her stories from their names. There were a lot of people that told her stories, which kind of confirms the squid monster creature thing. There's a squid monster creature thing symbol on the cults thing. That's what I've been told.
MJ, you recall the symbol that Jake had on that weird statue he had was similar? And your previous encounter in the beach during a world that never was.
Yep. Something about a creature and deep, but it's just like wives' tales or like their parents trying to scare them to sleep or something like that.
I mean, you remember the time when we were, in the thing that never happened. The flying lobsters.
Yeah, but I died, so what did you have on your end?
Sorry, yeah. There's this creature. Wait, hold on. I am not the best artist, but I'll try to recreate it. I'm actually gonna try to draw it on my notebook.
You have an art score, roll it.
I don't have an art score.
Then
I
roll
have
it.
carpentry.
Then roll art. Sketching is part of
I'm
the
so
art score.
sorry. That's very true. I only have carpentry as my craft.
Shit.
I'm not lying, that's a pretty impressive roll, but I did fail.
You
It's 11.
That
11. Okay. What's the default of the art score?
5.
Okay.
You know what? I can burn luck for this.
Really?
Might be
6 points of
useful.
luck.
I would say I have plenty to spare, but the last game I only had 1 luck, so...
coming from somebody who has like 33, go ham.
I'll just... Yep, I'll just try to sketch it. Like, maybe it looks like a squid or something.
Yeah. She
A
sketches.
squid on a bad day.
She sketches rather poorly. A round head with multiple tentacles, and like a square body with hand claws. It looks like a children's artwork. It's like Squidward, except the tentacles are on the mouth, and then it has hands and feet.
I would
well-
mimic the art from SpongeBob.
It's not very good, but it gives you enough of an impression that you know that this is along the lines of what was described to you.
Yeah, I mean, the guy said tentacles. He got that part right. Tentacles in the mouth. That really is. I mean, like it's not great, but I think you know what the guy is talking about.
Essentially, Wim is saying,
Okay.
don't quit your day job.
This is basically what she drew. This is the extent of her art skill. So you see these tentacles, there's like that, and then I'm not sure if he has eyes, but I think he has.
Oh.
And his body's like really square. I'm not the artist of the group. You should ask Amy for this, but you know.
I think we're talking about the same thing anyways. I mean, you got the gist of it. So what you saw in the other realm thing, the AU of this world is the thing that was supposed to happen like years ago. That makes it more sus about the cult though. Imagine if their stuff came through.
Oof. Right. Actually, since you mentioned cults, I did find information about it. Miss Freya told me that there was a fire, like Amy said, and then there's the tsunami thingy, and the lightning storm. Apparently, those 3 might be connected to the cult, or at least that's what they say. And it gave birth to 3 magical items, 2 of which are the knife and the crucifix.
What's the third
So
one?
I would only assume it's the watch.
Oh, yeah. This is broken now, right? Because thingy.
Mm-hmm. Fun thing is that the cult doesn't like it. So
Item they don't like.
item they know like it, and there's a possibility that we might be able to use it against them because we already did with the watch. I don't know how to use the other 2 though. I mean, it's a fucking dagger. What can you do with a dagger other than stab someone with it?
Did the Freya girl, old woman, tell you about what those items did or anything? Or it's just like description? Like, was there anything that happened in those?
Never mentioned. She just said that it's the old wives' tale, but it might have been given birth to those items. I can ask her. It's fine. I have her contact.
So no one has actually been directly touching those items or anything?
Not that
There
she
was the nun.
mentioned.
There you go.
Yeah. About the thingy, the cross, since the dagger was used to stab people in the hotel, apparently the crucifix caused a nun to go berserk and stab people, and then its suicides happen in their chantry. I don't know how to call that. The place where nuns pray, you know.
Convent.
Abbey, monastery,
Convent.
Yeah.
Or Abbey.
Chantry.
Wrong game.
Wrong game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 items make people kill things.
One item
One item.
transports you time.
So it's good to avoid those 2 items, right? It's safe to avoid those 2.
Yeah.
Why are the cultists afraid of those items though? I mean, the watch makes sense, but those other 2 make people crazy.
Who knows? I mean, they did say that it was born out of their failed summonings, so maybe it's like when you have an unwanted baby and you don't want to see it anymore, kind. Like, why were you born? You're not supposed to be here. What are you gonna do? You're gonna ruin our plans, kind of thing. Magic. I'm so sorry that went dark, but you know, point still stands.
Right.
Maybe they didn't intend it to show up, but you know, poof.
We gotta know more stuff about those items then, if it's gonna piss off the cult.
Yeah. I'm gonna lie, I kind of thought the place was like peaceful before all of this happened.
I didn't even know this shit was a thing. I didn't even know my mom knew stuff. This is all new to me.
Same. I thought it was like the most peaceful place there is. I didn't even go to LA because I thought this place was like peaceful compared to LA, but no. Apparently we're honing a demon in the sea.
Yep. What are we doing in the animal shelter thingy?
Alright.
Shelter?
Sorry. Jake knows this guy who's into a cult. He might know more about it. So we're gonna... I mean, I can ask you guys can stay in the car if you don't want to talk with them. Or you can play with the animals. Maybe you can adopt a dog.
I don't like dogs.
Oh, cats?
I don't think... Are there cats in there?
It's an animal shelter,
guess.
so they take any kind of animal.
Oh. I don't know. I guess I'll just check around the animals, I guess.
Sure. I'll just drive to the shelter the third. I'm driving towards the shelter where we're talking.
Oh, what time is it?
Oh yeah.
What time is it in India?
Just past lunch. So give it like 1:30.
Are we eating? Did we grab something?
Take out.
Oof, yeah. I'll just drive by.
If you say McDonald's,
Drive-through.
I will laugh.
Yeah. I have
Okay,
props
McDonald's it is. Okay. Good to know. We're going to
Yep.
McDonald's.
I'll just grab iced coffee.
Good to know that they did not get bad PR. So on the
We
way,
still love McDonald's despite what happened there.
fair.
R.I.P. Heather.
On the way to the animal shelter, you.
Yep.
It's a nice little place, small, and the woman who is in charge of it, young, 20-something, mid-20s, late 20s at the latest. Very energetic. She's in a ponytail with a side fringe, dirty blonde hair, like a ash blonde, and she just wears her regular clothes, t-shirt, jeans, and she's taking care of a few animals. By the time you enter the store, she is giving what looks like a rescue pup to a couple. Just hands it to them and then said, "Thank you so much for giving this little one a home. I completely appreciate it, and I hope he like totally makes your days so much better. Thank you." And they just pay her, they leave. They have the puppy in hand and she's, "Hey, welcome. You guys in to get some animals? Maybe a pet?"
Yeah, I'm into you. I'm into cats. Cats. Yeah, I'm into cats.
Emily just laughing in the corner, shaking her head and laughing.
For the meantime, we'll say that
Yeah.
Amy went with Ashley to help her out with some errands. So it's just 2 of you for
Okay.
now. She just... Oh,
Cats? Where are the
Okay.
cats?
yeah. Well, we got a bunch of them in the back. Follow me. She just walks.
Oh, Oh god.
It's worth-
like,
it's worth saying this, just because it's true. But the genes are really working for her. But anyway, it just moves back.
I'm trying. I'm just like, I'm looking up.
She just kind of moves. And said, so we got a number of cats here. A lot of them are taken from the streets. Ooh, this one's a Persian, but I don't think that's for everyone's taste. We got a Siamese one too. And we got a number of things just kind of taken off the streets. Small kittens too.
Oldest and grumpiest, give it to me.
Okay.
Why?
She
Why?
takes a black and orange cat that kind of resembles Garfield except thinner.
Is this his type?
This kind of gives it to you. Well, we named him Garfield because of how he looks.
Right.
Just hands it to you. The cat in your hands just looks at you with the angriest eyes.
Does her hands touch at any point with me
Yes.
getting the cat?
Yes, she makes sure
God.
that it's safe and then kind of puts it on your hands.
I look at the cat, give it a poker face. What? do you want a home or not?
I can't believe you're intimidating a cat. MJ's just losing herself in the corner.
It's like, and then it gets hissing, and then I look at the girl. I like this one. I'm taking it.
Okay.
Adopt it. It's fine. The truck can handle a cat.
Would you like another one looking at MJ? Or should I just bring her up?
Yeah, cool. I'm more of a dog person, actually.
But like, it's still hissing right while I'm holding it.
It's still hissing. She looks at you, MJ.
I start
Get that demon spawn away from me.
Start-
I'm gonna walk away from Wim.
Start petting the cat. Just. The girl looks at you and says, we got a few dogs here. Oh, we just got this 2-year-old Siberian Husky.
Let me see.
She puts it out. Looks like a fluffy wolf. Cub. Baby.
Baby,
It's a baby. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna like close my fist and let it sniff my fist. Come on.
It looks at her. She just kind of pets it and says, unfortunately, he's been mistreated. Bounced from home to home, and well, let's just say that we had to patch him up a bit, and she moves the fur around to show some stitches. There's some really bad people out there, and so he's a little shy and afraid of, well, anyone really. It's alright. She's not gonna hurt you. I'm petting
Come
her.
on. Like, do you happen to have a treat?
She hands you some dog treats, and then I will ask
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna put it
to
on my
roll your, let's say, appearance,
Oof.
because that's the charisma
Even
stat in this game.
animals are superficial.
That's the charisma stat in
Sensual
this.
charm.
Oh yes, charm's really for persons, but sure, you can roll. You can. I'll let you roll charm, but because it's not a person, you take a penalty dice.
Oof. Dang, I rolled really good earlier too. I failed. I'm burning my luck for this. That's a lot of luck.
Why?
I want a puppy.
yes, do it.
Why?
I got a really good roll earlier. It's a puppy. If I had appearance, I would have passed, but I don't. So, charm. That's a lot of luck that I'm willing to burn for a puppy.
Are you
I'm
really-
burning 13 points of luck for this.
It's a puppy, man.
It's a puppy, Nigel.
You put a puppy on.
Okay.
Don't judge me. You had to pull the Siberian
takes-
Husky puppy.
It's reluctant as it sniffs the treats and doesn't trust you. But the girl just kind of nods at it. Bites the treat off your hand. Just like the first 2 treats kind of snap biting, making sure that you can't close your fist at it. and the last one just sort of licks it off slowly. And then as it finishes, she lets it down, and its tail starts moving back and forth at your feet while it's looking up at you.
Oh my god, this is so precious.
I want to
Like
take.
grumpy.
Well, I think it's taking a liking to you. Would you like to take him home?
Yes, I would love.
Okay. Mikey, you mind getting these guys some leashes and some food that comes with? I gotta talk to the other customers. Mikey here will help you out. He's a volunteer. He'll help you out with everything that you're gonna need, and then just bring them to the counter when you're done. Thanks.
You got a name? You got a name?
Oh yeah, my name's Rose.
And you got a number? You know, in case we need to ask about the pets.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I need to ask you out anything. Yeah,
She
ask
writes.
about pets.
She writes her number and gives it to you. I guess Wim, and just sure, absolutely. Here you go. Just let me know if you need anything. Mikey here's gonna help you out. Mikey, you got this? Yeah, Rose, no problem. She heads back to the counter. Mikey, sort of long hair, slicked back, dark, dresses well. He looks like a nice guy. Just kind of takes the animals and says, well, for the cat we have a nice little carrying case, or if you would like to spend a couple of extra dollars, it comes with a backpack case that Rose developed.
Let's go with backpack.
Okay. Color preference, we have black, green, blue, pink, yellow, and red.
Why?
Takes it out, and you see that basically it's a backpack that has a reinforced back and some straps, and it's basically the you put the cat inside, and it's in nylon plastic, what's the word, bars, and you can kind of feed it treats down this sort of tube that comes out, so you can just put it there and it will go down to the part of the bag where it has food, and it's basically just gonna stay there.
Okay.
As you put them in the bag,
Okay, you're gonna be in the bag for a while.
you just kind of and he sleeps in the bag.
I just stroke his chin while he's hissing, and then zip it.
I would never understand cat owners. You guys are masochists.
Nah, we're fine.
For you, normally we wouldn't endorse putting leashes on the dogs unless you're walking them around, but because it's a pup and because of the circumstances, we have a body leash for it, one that's not gonna hurt, that's extendable. You could probably use that for a bit while you
That's
get
perfect.
comfortable with him. He just applies it. Hey, you're getting a new home now, bud. He just ruffles it.
I can carry him, but yeah, I'll just throw it in my bag.
He hands you the dog,
Carry him in my chest.
gives it to you. Just over to the corner, Rose will ring you up.
Dogs. Wait.
I remember hearing the.
Let's not talk about my frog, okay? I'm gonna look at Mikey and say, I mean, actually, we are here in behalf of, I'm Jake's friend.
Ah, nice. What's up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the thing is, I knew that Jake used to like researching about stuff that's happening around town, and he told me that you might know more about it than he does. It's for her project thingy.
So he'll be a cult guy.
Oh, those. Look, I'll be honest with you. Jake and I were into some weird ass shit back then.
Yep, I heard.
I don't. I mean, I guess it depends on what you want to know. I still remember a few things that we looked into, some of the weird shit. What are you looking for exactly?
I mean, we've heard stories about fire and the tsunami and the lightning storm, about it being connected to a cult. Do you happen to know more about it?
Yeah, I do. If you're talking cultists, and again, crackpot theories. You know, that's what you get when you get high all the time.
Gotcha.
There was supposedly a cult worshipping some sort of underwater god that was calling upon these things. Supposedly that they had caused some murders in a ritualistic manner, and these disasters were actually a result of their failure to complete those whatever the hell they were doing. You know, best example of God is the fire. 11 people died in the fire. Supposedly that was a cover-up. You know, those 11 people died, and then the fire came after, and then burned the body, so it looked like they died from the fire. But supposedly the 12th person that was supposed to die managed to escape, or they didn't get to him. Not really escape, but they didn't get to him, and they were hoping that the fire might just kill him, I guess. But it didn't. He got out, and the fire kept going and burning, so it just went on, and it's supposed to be something like the god they were serving got angry that they didn't fulfill their half of the bargain, or something like that. You know, that sort of bullshit. Thunderstorm was the same. It came about a day after a series of murders, ritualistic again in nature. That's what led the police to think that it was the same cult, but from a different era, different generation, because it's like I don't know, 60 years after the first incident, back in 1910s, that the tsunami you were talking about. But anyway, all of these things were preceded by grisly murders. It's just the fire was sort of used as a cover-up for burning, but they were murdered before it. So supposedly it was a ritualistic action to get people to get something, summon something, you know, cultist practices, blood sacrifices, that sort of thing, dark stuff. But they all failed, and after they failed, there were these some weird things started to happen. Like after the lightning storm, this nun went crazy in the abbey, started killing everyone there, and then committed suicide, right? After the fire in the 50s, there was a murder, like a mass murder in the Lakewood resort outside town. That place became known as the Murder Hotel. There was like a mass murder of someone, and people from various rooms started killing people randomly. Yeah, so that. And after the tsunami, it was the weirdest thing. People went missing. I think it was like 5 or 6 people just completely went missing without a trace. No body, no evidence, no struggle, no ransom. They just went missing, and I'm pretty sure it's a cold case until now. Like, no one really found those bodies. They just disappeared. Random people. But yeah, that's all I got. I don't know if that's helpful to you, but that's what I know.
That is actually very helpful. Thanks. Wim, would that be satisfactory for your research?
Yeah, thanks, occult guy.
I'm trying to put that life behind me. We all have things we regret in high school, so I would appreciate if you could just call me Mikey.
Alright, thanks, Mikey.
Anyway,
It's fine, we got you.
Rose will ring you up on your pets. Thanks for helping out the shelter. I gotta get back to work.
Bye, Mikey.
Thanks, you're very helpful.
Super.
He goes back. You head up to the counter. Rose rings you up for some dollars, some money. It's very cheap. The priority of this place is to break even and just sort of get these animals a new home. So it's not that expensive. She just waves you guys and says, "Bye. Take care of the animals."
Yeah, you take care. It takes a while for Wim to
Thanks.
go away. For the...
I'm gonna grab her collar and just pull her towards the truck.
So
Come on, come on.
Amy,
How
this
old is she?
she, based on her appearance, the
No,
old.
how old is she?
Oh. MJ, you've known her for a bit. She's about older than you, so she's like 2 or 3 years older than you, so probably 25, maybe. You think?
Yeah. Bit older than I am, 25-ish. But judging from your taste in cats, I'm pretty sure you're into older women too.
No.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
No. Nope.
Yeah, very convincing, Wim. Just step inside the car before I drag your ass there.
Amy,
You might ogle too much.
Amy, while you were
Have a girlfriend?
wait, Amy, while they were in the pet store, you helped Ashley with some errands. So by the time you arrive at the pet store, Wim is red because you're supposed to meet them here. Wim is red. MJ's dragging her out, and you catch the conversation about MJ saying you're into older women.
Nope. Hey, Amy. Hi. How you doing?
Hi. Wait, you're into
Hey, Ames, we
older
got puppies.
No, I got
Show
an
my
old
puppy.
cat. I got my own cat. I got an old cat.
MJ has a baby Siberian Husky, and Wim has a grumpy Garfield-looking cat, black and orange, who's asleep in
I
a
showed her
backpack that she's wearing.
I turned around to show it.
It's in a backpack
It was
cage
on
where it's
impulse and I have
sleeping.
no regrets.
Oh,
That thing is-
so adorable.
And
Wait,
MJ has
did you
a
guys went-
Siberian Husky.
Did you guys went to the animal shelter just to adopt animals, or did you guys got any info about?
We got info, but we ended up adopting pets on the way.
I
Right.
got it from Mikey, the occult guy. So, yeah. We got some occult stuff.
Nice.
Very occulty.
Okay.
There's also that guy that survived the fire, and
Yeah.
are we gonna visit him? Because I'm not sure if he wants to relive that experience.
I don't.
Also,
We're gonna confirm if he's a good guy.
he's in a private home in a
Yeah.
mansion, so security.
We can ask.
Okay.
Guys, this would be crazy, but should I contact Evan for this?
Who's Evan?
The British guy that she was
The
dating.
guy that she used to date.
Oh, are you guys hitting it off? What about Zero?
No, we
Oh,
didn't.
really long
Wait, I
and
mean,
story.
we only hung out
Twice.
like twice, but it doesn't mean that we're exclusively dating. I mean, there isn't any label.
Okay.
Then it was between two-man Amy.
Oh my god! Oh my god, MJ! Oh my god, no!
Just like going with this one guy and making him like or something. I don't know.
Before you talk with him about this stuff, maybe you should talk to him about,
Zero.
Oh my god.
You said you're gonna do it after New Year. It's already been weeks after New Year.
Yeah, I think I've been ghosting him for too long.
Tell Evan about Zero and ask him if he can help us beat this old guy.
No, that would be unwise.
What? If you keep him in the dark about the guy who gave you a weird necklace thingy.
And if you really want to go all the way with Zero, I mean, he is going to commit to you, right? I mean,
Yeah, but we didn't. I think trust me, guys, I haven't gotten any tips from him.
What? What?
Yeah.
Wait,
so are
what?
you gonna ghost him?
We're gonna. I don't. What
I don't know.
is Evan like the option of Zero dumped you or something?
Oh my.
Oh, that is harsh, Amy.
No.
We don't do backup.
No, I don't.
That's not good.
I'm asking the question.
Oh my god. Wait,
That's one way.
fucking hurt.
Get a thumbs up at him.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
I mean, I'm all about options. That's probably what
I mean,
happened.
I mean, maybe Luke can reach us up just to meet Theodore.
And okay, we could ask Evan for help, I guess, but it's gonna be really awkward.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's not our fault.
Look, it's either we talk to him about this thing or you finally, tell him that you're interested in another person.
I'm sorry, guys. I haven't. I told you guys I'm a virgin when it comes to dating, and
But you went out twice.
yeah,
And
fine.
it was the first date.
Evan did a second date with Haley. Shit.
You're gonna get there.
By the way,
Her back.
MJ, you get a text.
Oh, hold on. Just check my phone.
Unknown number. But the text reads, "Hey, it's Lily. You guys wanted to talk to my friend? Well, she got here early."
Old man or Lily? Old man or Lily? Old man or Lily? Old man or Lily?
Yeah, we might. I mean, the old man's always gonna be there, but we might miss the opportunity to talk with this girl that came from LA. She might yeet out of the place.
Yeah.
She's not a local.
Yeah, let's help Amy avoid the conversation with Evan with Lily's thing.
Yeah, delete more, Amy. Chat Lily. It's like on our way. Then I'm gonna send a photo of my puppy.
There is
I'm very proud of him.
in all caps with about 15 exclamation points, Q, and a bunch of
I'm gonna reply,
heart eyes
right?
emojis.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm gonna put my phone back in my pocket after replying and say, back to the base we go. Then I'm gonna make a U-turn and drive.
By the time you get there, it'll take you about half an hour to an hour from the time it is now. Heading back into the base. Again, when you head to the base, it's a very different feeling from being around this area, around the city, because what you instead hear is the nature and the outdoors and the crickets and various animals that surround the place. It's a lot more peaceful and serene. It's almost enough to make you forget about why you're all doing this in the first place. Just a momentary piece of solace, which you can imagine is probably a good reason to keep the base around here, because they're surrounded by this, they can hear this instead of just their usual office work. But you arrive in the base, a few of the agents were around, kind of greet you, knowing the three of you already. You head back to the med bay, where you find Lily talking with another woman, dirty blonde hair, pretty long, very well dressed, very elegant, someone Jay is very familiar with. Well done makeup, strong jawed, beautiful looking woman. Kinda short, if it matters. As she just stands there, Lily looks at you guys entering and says, "Oh, right, it's you guys. So, I'm so bad with names. MJ, Amy, and Wim meet Corey."
Core what?
Corn?
Corey.
Core? Corey?
She just kind of stands
Or
up.
Corey?
She just kind of stands up and says, "Corey, dear. It's fine. Lily said you wanted to talk to me."
Yeah, we wanted to talk about Mike and the gods you summoned. And possible option to summon said god for some information about the first god you guys were trying to get rid of.
She looks at Lily and then says, "You were actually serious. Like, I did try to tell you." She sits down and crosses her legs looking at you guys. "Okay, dearest, what exactly do you want to know?"
God, this woman has Ara words. I hate it.
Yeah. So about this guy, Mike, you said you were like troopies, allies.
I hired
friends?
him to protect us because we were dealing with some things that we didn't know how to deal with. It worked out until he started going berserk and started planting bombs and blowing up people's houses. But as much as I hate to admit it, he did actually save our lives a few times. He's off in the world causing whatever unspeakable horrors.
Right. So frenemies.
I wouldn't say we're friends anymore. He never writes or calls.
Who's the second god then? What's his name?
We never got his name. He wouldn't give it to us. But, you know, he was a jackass. But he didn't want to keep the world in the way it was. And he didn't want it to end. So he struck a deal with us. Courtesy of Mike.
Said you had the book to summon said guy.
Yeah.
I do.
Are you gonna use it anytime soon?
Would you teach us how to summon this bad guy?
Not right now, but you know, in case we need to.
She looks at Lily again. Lily
Because we're
just said...
dealing with.
He looks at Lily and then Lily just said... Again, I told you. Right, I didn't think you were serious, and she gives her like $100. Okay.
That is a huge bet to make.
Wait, what did people invest in?
Well, I didn't exactly
It's
think
pretty
that
fun.
people would be crazy enough after Lily told her, but apparently you are. Okay, listen.
I mean, you kind of did it too, so peace in a pod.
True.
She's got a point.
So, listen. I can show you how to summon him. That's easy. In fact, the book is pretty detailed on instructions with that. In fact, she takes out from her bag an old looking grimoire book, hands it to you guys. All yours. Anyone gonna take it?
That was the
This is like cursed, you know, right? Like you were cursed when you had the books, so you're transferring the curse to us to get rid of the curse. Like a chain message, but through books.
No, but I just don't want it anymore. I wanted to cut ties with this life. But somebody, looking at Lily, decided to bring me back in. Lily just kind of goes down and starts twiddling her fingers.
Hey, it's not really
Therefore, right?
I was
it's not a
happy
fault.
in
Yeah.
Los Angeles running a family business. And now I'm back here, roped into these things that I barely survived the last time. So, the book is there, the summoning ritual is there.
Welcome back.
I have marked it there for you. All you have to do is read it, follow the instructions, do as it says, and he'll call him to you. He's a handsome looking guy in a very well made suit, and he's a dick. A very good looking one, but still a dick. Now he is going to ask for things in exchange, and if he doesn't like what you have to offer, he's going to kill all of you, or the people you love, or both, depending on what he likes.
It sounds like you had a thing for him.
No, we did not. But he has an
No,
unnatural... He has an unnatural charm, is what I'm trying to say.
I get it.
If he wanted to, he could persuade you. If you bore him, he could use that against you.
Very well noted. We'll keep that in mind. We'll make sure not to summon him unless we're really desperate.
Last page of that book.
World-ending desperate.
Last page of that book shows you how to throw your fists into an energy ball, like some sort of video game. If you were interested.
Excuse me, what? Like a Hadouken?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
You can do Hadouken.
Yeah.
I take the book.
Except it
I
doesn't draw.
open at the part where the summoning is. Let's just check what the name
Except it doesn't take your chi or whatever. It takes your mental. It makes you go crazy for a bit. You know, breaking the laws of physics.
Right.
You open the book, and eventually you do find a summoning ritual. It is a ritual. You just need a few candles, and the most important part is the incantation and a bit of blood.
Does it give a name of the who we're summoning?
It's very obscure and does not give you much of a reference.
I don't even know who the fucking guy is.
Hmm?
You just call him, he's hot and simple and big or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know much
If
about
you
the hot
are...
guy, but
I'll get you
That's
this.
true, he does look like Fiend.
I'll tell you this. You will make a sanity roll if you dig in further into the book. If you're willing to. Okay, roll me a sanity.
I am watching over her shoulder. Like, I'm looking through it because I was very interested in the Hadouken part mostly.
Then roll your sanity as well.
crazy. So crazy. Wait, I have to
You're
check my
fine?
sanity.
Okay.
Sanity is 53. Let's go.
God damn it, Wim! You have to know his sanity in the party. What are you doing?
What is it? Did you fail?
9-0.
Okay, that's not a
Yep,
fumble.
she did.
Roll me a d6.
I got a 3.
Okay. Mark off 3 points of sanity from your sheet. Also increase... But both of you increase your Cthulhu mythos by 10.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Which lowers your maximum sanity.
Yep.
It's on the
Wait,
first
where's
column. It's on the first column of your skills, near the bottom. Next to credit rating.
Oh, there you go.
Increase it
Plus
to 10.
10?
Yep, plus 10 to whatever is already there, if you have any.
I got 15.
You don't find a name. You find multiple references, some artwork of this weird kraken-like creature. But you also find references to historical figures like Nikola Tesla. The most that you get out of this book is the epitaph or the label The Crawling Chaos. And that is what they summoned.
Crawling chaos.
That's as much as you get
The
from
crawling
it.
chaos.
Yep.
The blank or let's say the first part, the blank or the crawling chaos.
No, no. What you get is the name, is the nickname or the label, The Crawling Chaos. But you don't get, but you don't get a name. You do get, for some reason, references to old historical figures like Nikola Tesla. Possibly people he's mimicked.
Oh, good lord.
Or people who were actually him. You can't really tell. If you would like to share this information to Amy,
he was supposed to get the Nobel Peace Prize.
I would ask
Amy,
Amy.
do you want this information?
If you would like to share this information with Amy, I will ask her to make a sanity roll of her own. Otherwise, she can live in blissful ignorance.
Do you want to roll for him?
Amy, would you like to maintain your sanity?
I want to.
No?
Look through the pages.
Make a sanity roll, please.
Okay. Wait, what's my sanity again? Nice. I passed 50.
Okay.
Damn it, that laughter.
Okay, you're fine. But you do still increase your mythos by 10. Which reduces your maximum sanity. So from 99 becomes 89.
Oh my god, I'm now at 50 flat. I'm never gonna get it back.
So,
Therapy.
no, your therapy does not, your maximum sanity will never go up again. So the maximum that you can get is the 50.
That's it.
So, you guys read about this, among other things. Now, so far, what you've read about is this creature. You have not gone through the magic spell list. While you're reading this, I will say that Kore and Lily are talking to each other, and Kore seems to be putting out some money. It looks like they're making another bet while observing you three.
I'm gonna deliberately explore the Hadouken part.
Make another sanity roll, please.
I'll study about the ritual.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do I roll?
Your boy has
No.
failed.
The ritual is fairly straightforward. It's more the concept.
Okay.
It looks actually, from your perspective, and from Amy's, it looks like it was meant to be easy to do, almost as if it's goading you to do it. You know, sometimes like leaving a trap, like you leave the cookie jar open because you want the kid's going to grab it very easily, sort of that kind of feeling. MJ, roll a d6.
Curiosity killed MJ. That is a 1.
That is how much sanity you lose.
It's worth it for the Hadouken.
You find the page that explains it. It's going to take a shit ton of practice to do it. But you find the page. If you want to rip it out, if you want to copy it, if you want to take a picture of it, that is up to you. But your mythos will increase by another 5 points.
Oof. Good. I'm taking a snap of it.
Okay. Based on the illustration, punch, fist flies, strike someone. Like a projectile. It's just the intricacies of the throwing of it.
Shit, this is so cool.
You see Core and Lily talking, and you and Wim are starting to look a little stressed. Like, oh, it's nice, but at the same time, your mind is like, this is impossible. This is anime shit. And your stress is starting to show on your face. As they're talking to each other, you see Lily giving a bunch of money to Core. Just, thank you. Pockets it. So, enjoy the book. It's all yours.
Sense that she would bet that much because she was the one who lost a lot of sanity for, all of this shit.
So, keep the book. It's all yours. I don't want it anymore. I never want to see it again. Good evening.
Right. Good evening.
Evening.
She leaves.
What time is it?
It's nighttime. About 6-ish to 7.
Yeah, let's get you guys home. It's getting late.
So I don't
You can talk.
While you guys are doing this, there's an agent who comes in. He just kind of goes around with his shoulder, with his hand barely hanging on anymore. This looks like it's literally hanging by a tendon. Doc, I heard you can do something about this. Like, oh my god, what happened to you? And just hold still. I attacked some sort of ghoul. I don't know, it just came out from the graveyard. Okay. Okay. You guys are gonna want to leave because I'm about to do something crazy. I'm assuming you can handle it. I heard what you can do, please. Oh, I'm just. Are you guys leaving?
I'm watching.
I'm saying,
Amy?
I'm good. I'm fine. I can watch.
I'm going to watch, I guess. I want to know if magic works.
I need all 3 of you to make a sanity roll. But the roll is going to be 1d4 over 1d6. So if you pass, you lose a d4 in sanity, and if you fail, you lose a d6.
Got it. Oh my god. 41.
D4 for MJ.
41, I passed.
D4 for you.
I got a 39.
Okay, all of you D4. 3.
One.
Okay.
I rolled 1.
Wim
It was
is
2 points.
4, 2,
I got 1.
1. Okay. Wim has lost a total of... He
4.
lost 3, 4. Okay. Good to know. So, what you see is Lily gives, first of all, injects some painkillers into the guy. Secondly, takes out an amulet. A nice little ruby amulet in her hand. She starts muttering some words and she puts her hand on him, and you can see this sort of gold light, almost like what you'd see from watching Iron Fist. This gold light goes through her veins into the palm of her hands, grabs onto the arm, and you can see that the arm begins to stitch itself back together. The guy just on a little bit high on painkillers feels just... You can hear the muscles... And it just bonds together and... Thanks, Doc. Just
Holy
take it
shit.
easy, alright? Just take it easy and get some rest, and you're gonna want to take a break for, I don't know, maybe a few days. Thanks, Doc. He starts walking out. Hold on. MJ. Science, physics, laws of the universe, all broken today. You could chuck off what you read from the book as fantasy, because it hasn't been practiced. This guy's arm just got reattached with a glowing light from a doctor's hand. An arm that should, in all scientific fields, be amputated because it was only hanging by the skin and the muscle. It has taken in stress on your head. I need you... Well, you passed sanity rolls, you don't need to make a reality check, so you are aware that this is real. There is a bit of silence in you, because what you just saw cannot be explained. So it takes a moment for it to actually sink in. Wim, the same for Amy. That is a jaw-dropping what the fuck just happened moment. Wim, however, combine this with what you read about the book and what you heard from Cora and Lily. The stress is starting to take a toll. I would like you to roll a d10 for me.
Oh man. Oh man. Am I gonna... Oh man. We can do it, Glenn. We can do it.
And you're just pinching herself like, yep, I'm awake. This is real.
7.
7.
I hope it's not -7 because that's gonna suck.
Wim collapses to the ground just and faints.
We can't try to catch her because she's injured.
No,
Yeah,
you're
please.
stunned. Remember, that's why I said that you guys don't know what's
Oh
happening.
shit!
Wim, I would like you to make a con roll.
Oh no!
Did we manage to notice when after she fell?
Yes.
I mean,
You would have
comical
woke up.
complicated.
You would have woken up by the time when she fainted.
Oh no! Oh my god. Okay, that is an 84.
Is that a pass?
No.
Would you like to use your luck?
No.
What luck?
Wait, what luck? 33! I have to minus like 24.
You are... Again, you lose that 1 point you gained. And you still have a major wound, but your bullet wounds have been aggravated. Not to an extreme extent, but you just need to restitch it. And since you fainted, Lily just kind of looks, oh dear, I told you to leave. This guy helps him. Guys, help me out! And some guards come in. Take the
Wim
Wim.
is a win!
I'll try to assist as well. Like, probably holding her leg because I don't know how to touch her without hurting her.
Wim is put on a table, put under anesthetics, and sort of restitched. Luckily, because he took a point of damage, she gets to make a medicine roll on you to see if she can increase your HP actually.
Please.
Hold on, my dice fell.
Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5. Come on.
So
Let's go.
now is a good time to explain. In Call of Cthulhu, the mechanic is that you can only have one medicine, one first aid roll for every instance of damage. Because technically speaking, you just took a new instance of damage, she's allowed to make a medicine roll for you.
Yay!
Which she will pass. So you are getting a D3 worth of HP. You get 2 points. You take 1 and you gain 2.
So that's I get the 7.
You gain 2 points, so she cleans up your wound. The offer to close up your bullet holes is still up for grabs. But for now, without your consent, yeah, you will wake up eventually. Okay.
Okay.
You're fine. Just don't, don't work out, I guess, or something. You'll be fine.
I'm aware. Holy shit, you're crazy. Like,
crazy good.
The magic out of you. No, she's crazy. She's like, she casted magic off her hands. Reattach that. And you see her almost gag, like, reattach it. Never mind. I'm gonna go there.
I mean, you can just close your eyes and let the magic happen.
I did tell you guys to leave.
Look, we're not wimps.
You fainted.
Okay, I might.
But okay.
That's not the count. It doesn't count. I was caught off guard.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think you guys should be fine for now. It's getting late, so you probably need to get home.
Yep.
I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life.
I'm gonna distance myself from this crazy lady. Nice meeting you. Thank you for the book.
I did just save your life,
Thank you for saving my life. Now let's go.
Are you sure you don't want to think, That was pretty amazing. Terrifying, fucking insane, but,
Man, let's go. She's crazy. Come on.
Jeez.
I mean, we all are at
Thank
this
you.
point. It's fine. Don't mind her. It's a quirk. She's gonna pat Lily at the back.
A non-condescending thank you would be nice.
Thank you. Please don't hit me. Goodbye.
She's just very scared. We're pushing Wim and Amy out of the room.
Okay.
And I'm already out. Like, goodbye, thank you. Ow.
Into the truck you all go.
Yes, please.
Unless you want to ride with Zero, looking at Amy.
Ashley is here. In case you're forgetting, Ashley and your father are here. But it is a good point to make. Because before we end tonight, the last thing you see is a bunch of soldiers gearing up. Including Jess, who is in full battle gear, and a fully automatic rifle. Now she's looking like the military commander that she is. And you see her in a completely different demeanor. She starts ordering people and starts telling them, okay, I want 3 squads of 5 soldiers. I want you all in armored vehicles. I want you all armed to the teeth. I don't care about safety. I don't care about being stealthy anymore. We're getting our guy out of here. You understand me? Whatever it takes. Bombs, grenades, whatever you have. Put them on. We're gonna do this.
What?
She starts
He's
marching.
gonna look at her and do this.
Wait, what guy?
Shrug. What's going on kind of expression.
Zero called for backup. One of our soldiers along with one of our top researchers has been taken. Zero's trying to get to him, but he can't do it alone. He needs backup. We're going with him. It's 2 miles north of the town, past the lighthouse.
I mean, I can lend a hand. I'm not injured. In case you need another.
Maybe this is our chance to use this. Think about you.
Use what?
Nothing.
No, nothing. Wait, I just wanted to ask what the north is. Is it like a north place? Because we got word that there was like a surviving cultist there.
No. Sorry. She said north of the town, so outside of town.
Ah, okay, so it's not in town. Okay.
There's some local caverns there. There's some people. Our researchers were kidnapped. We don't know what for. Zero's waiting for backup. We need to go. If you want to join us, I won't stop you, but I can't promise you'll be safe. Zero mentioned that they were armed. Heavily.
Jesus.
Look, you can leave it to us, alright? These are our guys. You don't have to involve yourselves.
Yeah. I'll just stay here. I mean, yeah, take care. I mean,
Updates
I'll
from
just.
Zero, I guess?
Each of you... That's fine. Look, each of you get back home. We've sent a few guys to watch your homes just in case anything happens. They might know you're involved, they might not. We're not sure, but we don't want to take any chances. So we've got some agents on each of your homes. You won't find them, but they'll be watching. They'll be making sure that you're fine. Okay?
Okay.
If you have any problems, she hands a radio to each of you. Use this, it's a direct line to the agents watching you. If you have any problems, call for help. They'll be busting in 5 seconds. I don't expect any problems, to be clear. But we don't want to take any chances anymore. Lots of things are happening right now and I don't like it. You guys go home safe. The agents will be... There'll be a few guys tailing you, making sure you get home safe, alright? Everyone else, come with me.
Stay safe.
We're getting our guys out of there. She walks.
Bye, Jesse.
You guys stay safe. She leaves.
You too.
She starts leading some
I'll
soldiers.
just call my dad.
They're there with you. There are soldiers, there are some agents with you. So we're your escort to make sure you get home safely. From there's some agents posted in each of your homes making sure that you'll be fine, watching from a distance. After you.
Yeah.
Your father just kind of
go to the
looks.
back.
Your father looks at you, MJ, but addressing all of you. Hey, kids, anyone else feeling a little uncomfortable about how fast things are moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashley kind of... And like, does anyone like totally get the vibe that something bad, something major is about to happen?
You
Considering...
jinxed it, but yeah.
I mean, things are kind of moving really fast, it's hard to deny. A lot of things are happening. It's a little scary.
I mean, we can't exactly do anything. At the very least, we can try to protect ourselves from it.
We can try. We got each other's backs, right?
Yep.
Ashley just kind of nods. Let's go home.
Yeah. Wim, you can take the seat. I'll just ride in the back.
I'm gonna drive.
No. My dad's gonna drive.
Oh.
You're not allowed to drive. Medication and holds.
You guys head back home, trying to watch the whatever the hell is happening for the night, and we can end it there. Before we end, actually, before we end, I will say that in the middle of the night, each of you, I will say that at the end of the night, Amy, you get a call from Jess. And that is where we're going to end.
No,
No, don't end it there!
How
Yes, we
dare
are.
you? How dare you?
Yes, we are.
No!
I refuse.
You get a call from Jess, and we're going to end it there.
I refuse. That's what they did.
We're calling it a night.
No!
See you next week.
How dare you? How dare you?
Why you gotta be like this?
Why you gotta be like this?
See you next week. Fine. So
There
Amy,
you go.
until Amy finds out what the call is about.
Oh my god, I know.
Bye.
Bye.